John Locke's theory of government, an exploration of individual rights and limited power. John Locke was a pioneering philosopher whose ideas have profoundly shaped modern political thought. His theory of government, outlined in works like two treatises of government, laid the groundwork for concepts such as individual rights, the social contract, and limited government. Locke's philosophy was a significant influence on the Enlightenment era and has continued to impact political theory and practice to this day. State of nature and natural rights. Central to Locke's theory of government is his concept of the state of nature. Locke believed that in the absence of government, individuals lived in a state of equal freedom and autonomy. In this hypothetical state, individuals possessed natural rights, including the rights to life, liberty, and property. These rights were inherent and unalienable, forming the basis of Locke's political philosophy. Social contract and consent. Locke argued that individuals entered into a social contract to form a government that would protect their natural rights. Unlike other philosophers who proposed an absolute surrender of rights, Locke believed that individuals retained their rights and only delegated specific powers to the government. The legitimacy of government was contingent on the consent of the governed. If a government violated its duty to protect rights, individuals had the right to rebel and establish a new government. Limited government and separation of powers. One of Locke's most influential ideas was the concept of limited government. He advocated for a government with clearly defined powers that were limited to the protection of natural rights. Locke proposed a separation of powers between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches to prevent the concentration of authority. This separation would ensure checks and balances, preventing any single branch from becoming tyrannical. Protection of property. Locke's emphasis on property rights played a crucial role in his theory of government. For Locke, property encompassed not only physical possessions but also one's life, liberty, and labor. Government existed to safeguard these property rights. Locke believed that individuals had the right to acquire and own property through their labor, and the government's role was to ensure that property was protected from theft or infringement. Toleration and religious freedom. Locke's theory of government extended to matters of religious freedom and tolerance. He argued that the government should not impose religious beliefs on its citizens. Instead, individuals should have the freedom to worship and practice religion according to their conscience. This idea of religious toleration contributed to the development of pluralistic societies that respect diverse belief systems. Legacy and influence. John Locke's theory of government has had a lasting impact on political thought and practice. His emphasis on individual rights, the social contract, limited government, and the separation of powers laid the foundation for democratic governance and constitutionalism. Locke's ideas played a crucial role in shaping the American Revolution and the drafting of the United States Constitution. His philosophy also inspired later thinkers such as Montesquieu, Rousseau, and the founding fathers of various nations. In conclusion, John Locke's theory of government revolutionized political philosophy by emphasizing the rights of individuals and the need for limited and accountable government. His concepts of the social contract, natural rights, and the separation of powers continue to resonate in discussions about the role of government in protecting individual liberties. Locke's enduring legacy underscores his profound influence on the development of democratic societies and the principles that underpin modern governance. John Locke's theory of government